Hello trainers, Professor Turon here, and today I will go about my DBC Draft League breakdown. We're in Season 2 of the DBC, and this season I was chosen to be one of the captains of a team. We chose a racing Gyarados, like I said in my update video. It's a team I named after Genk, which is one of my favorite soccer teams, and I really like how everything is out. This is the layout, as you can see, how I made everything myself. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe for future content and like the video if you like what you see, like I said. So what I first want to do is introduce you guys to my Twitter account at ProfessorTuron. It will be in the descriptions. In my Twitter I will let you guys know how I feel about certain things. I tweeted about E3 in there, but yeah, I don't have many followers, but I just wanted to make me comfortable for doing that, and I will just post some random things and you can see if a video is uploaded through there. So now let's start about what is the DBC. It stands for Dutch Battle Competition. It's a draft league format where every team is represented by 1 or 2 players, and they pick 11 months to form one team. We also have 3 picks who are worth 400 points, like tier 1 is worth 180, then tier 2 is 120, 100 for tier 3, 60 for tier 4, and 40 for tier 5. Those are extra picks for us that we can get, and we have to pick them, so the 400 points has to be used. Now that everything is clear about what the DBC is, now I'll talk about how am I in Pokemon battles, so how do I play. I'm not that really big of a Pokemon battler. I like to battle, I like the competitive aspect of it, but I'm not the very best, like no one ever was or something. I do my own stuff. I like to be creative sometimes, or just try something new, I guess. But I'm just still finding my way, and I'm, like I said, not the very best. But what I can say about myself is that I play bulky offense more of the times. Sometimes I make really stupid mistakes. I forget some obvious things, like how many turns are left. Yeah, now it's Sun and Moon, it is a bit redundant to that. But like a Swiss Swim boost, of where chlorophyll boost, of those stupid things that I tend to forget. And how much damage a step can do against a super effective move, so those kind of things. And like I said, I like to try something new once in a while. So, of course, when I started with DBC, I had a plan in mind. That's what I wanted to do, what I wanted my team to be. And what I wanted to do was a bulky offensive playstyle, because I'm very used to it. I like to play with it. I wanted 1 defogger and 1 rapid spinner, because they're both useful in these drafts. I wanted an overall good core synergy, like grass, fire, water core, or more like a Volturn kind of thing, so that my team has some kind of synergy with it. I also wanted to pick some underrated picks, or picks that I play less with. But underrated picks is like Pokemon that I think are very useful in this kind of format, and that can be strong when used very well, or just has a niche to it. But also Pokemon that I tend to play less with, like legendary Pokemon. I don't really pick those very often, so I try to pick these in my draft. And another thing I wanted to do was a large scale of hazard setters, like Stealth Rockers, Toxic Spikes, Spikes users, and that kind of stuff. So that was my plan. So how the draft went, there were 16 teams, and we were drafted from 1 to 16, and it was a snake draft, which means that we go from 1 to 16, and therefore 16 to 1, and that's when everything is drafted. I was placed 16, so I was in the end, which gave me the advantage that I got 2 picks every time, but I needed to wait a long time as well. So I had some really nice picks in the beginning, but at the end we felt that there weren't that useful picks anymore, in my opinion. And another big thing is I was with friends when the draft happened, and the draft went on like really long. So yeah, I wasn't there at the moment when everything was prepared. It was just quick, hanging out with friends, pick at the end and that kind of stuff. So picks at the end were a little bit messy. But without further ado, here are my picks for the DBC that I made. So first, there were a lot of options open. A lot of Pokemon were picked, but what I really like in the current format of Sun and Moon are the Tapus. Tapus are in my opinion really strong mons. They give a terrain boost, these terrain are very handy, and I really wanted to have a prioritized Tapu for my first pick. So for my first pick I went with Tapu Bulu, who is one of my favorite Tapus, and why I chose him is because he has grassy terrain, which can heal us and makes Earthquakes weaker. He fits perfectly in the bulky offensive style. His stab is really handy. He has a lot of coverage, like Stone Edge, I think Superpower as well. I can search real quick what he has for coverage, but I know he gets a lot of handy moves that can be used. Like Woodhammer is really strong for wall breaking. He can have Giga Impact for a really strong attack. Mega Horn can also be very handy. He has Nature Power, which always does 50% of the current health. Yeah, he even has Smart Strike. So yeah, and he can set up as well, like a Sword Dance or something, or Work Up, or just Taunt someone, and so he's an overall good pick in my opinion. Of course, after that I chose directly my Mega because there were a lot of Megas already picked, like Scissor was, I think, really was quickly picked. Extra was also quickly isn't a Mega, but that's why I didn't choose him. And I really want some good Mega who can be bulky and can fit into that core idea that I had. So I picked our mascot, Mega-Gyarados. So he is a bulky Mega, in my opinion, which fits in my bulky offensive playstyle. He can have setup moves like Dragon Dance, so which is also very nice. He gets the ability Mold Breaker, which can break like Levitate and stuff. So if I get against a Rotom or something, I can just run Earthquake on it, and then I can pretty much get a nice hit on it, or maybe even kill it. Mega-Gyarados is also nice dual stab, like his Crunch and Waterfall. He has some coverage with Ice Fang, so yeah, that's all really good. Like I said, it's our mascot of our team, Gyarados. This is a Mega-Gyarados. It's a little bit different, but I think it still counts, and it's a second part for our core synergy ID. So after that I needed to I really needed to wait a long time, but there were some nice picks left, and I was doubting which Pokemon I should pick right now because I already had a grass type and a water type, and I really need a fire type to complete this combo. I was thinking about Victini or Infernape, but I picked Infernape for this because Victini doesn't really do what I wanted him to do. I really needed a really fast mon who can, and Infernape is faster than Victini, and a little bit more offensively than Victini. And yeah, with the fighting combo, we have a double core kind of thing with Dark already there and fighting, so if we pick the Psychic later on, we can have that. He has Taunt, he can use Stealth Rock, which Victini can too, and we didn't have a Stealth Rock picker, and I really wanted that. A Fire and Fighting Stab, which are both really strong. He can be run mixed, he can be a U-turner, so a lot of things that were going well for us. So that's what's my general idea by it. I hope I don't pick wrong with this one, but we shall see what happens in the upcoming weeks. Then another pick I really wanted to make was a Rapid Spinner, and one of the few Rapid Spinners there are, I chose Donpher for it, because he can also run Stealth Rock with it. So like I said, he's a spinner, he has priority with Ice Shard, he has EQ Stab, and he can use Knockoff. Like I said, I mainly picked him for Rapid Spin use, because many of the good Rapid Spinners were already gone. I think X-Control was gone, Fortress was already gone. So you can see, I think even Serena was gone at that moment. So yeah, I really needed that one to have just a rapid spinner, because rapid spin can be very handy when you don't have rocks with you or something, or if you have rocks with you and you just spin it away for your opponent. So after that we again waited a long time for it, and I was thinking about my picks. We had Abulu, Mega-Gyarados, Infernape and Donphan. The only fast mon on that team was Infernape, which was in my opinion too risky to just only be that as fast mon. So I picked Crowbed for our 5th pick, which is a tier 3 mon. Why I chose Crowbed is because he can be a defogger. He's a really fast Pokemon. He can run U-turn as well. So we have 2 U-turners which can make a sort of a Volt-turn combo. We have Bird Spam with him, like with Brave Bird. He's a really fast mon, so we guaranteed are getting it off. He can be run with a Taunt set and run bulky as well. And Tailwind set if needed be. So a really good pick in my opinion. And Poison can be run for like the really annoying fairies that are coming. Another pick I really wanted to make was what I missed in my team was some fairy offensive move. Because Bulu is really nice, but the only really good fairy stat that he has is Nature Madness, which only does 50% on the health is given to him. So I really need something to hit just with a fairy attack, like with Play Rough or something like that. I chose Marina because it is a very bulky Pokemon. It's a heavy special tackle if you run choice packs with it. It can be a special wall if you run assault vest with it. Just overall a bulky mon, and also has very wide coverage with Energy Ball, Ice Beam, 2 strong stabs with Scald and Hydro Pump and Moonblast, and other things that are going with it. And I don't really use it that much, Marina, and I really wanted to use it because the bulky waters were running out during this draft. So yeah, that's why I chose Marina. So after again we waited a long time, and this is the point where I started more hanging out with my friends and just coming back for the picks. I had a friend texting me where my picks were coming up, and then I chose my pick. So I didn't have really much time to search into it and stuff. So the Pokemon I chose was Necrozma. The big reason why I wanted him is because I really like him. I think he has a lot of potential because of very bulky Pokemon with Prism Armor, which works like filter. So super effective hits are neutral or resisted by hits. I don't really sure which of the two. And yeah, like overall just a bulky psychic type, and I missed a psychic type. And that can help us complete our dark, fighting and psychic core, which we already have Mega-Gyarados, Infernape and Necrozma, which makes it a very bulky core of course. You can set up Thunder Wave and that kind of stuff. You can also run Trick Room, because I already, when I saw my picks from this point on, I really noticed that the fast mons were going on really fast. So I already thought to myself, well, then I take some slower mons for us. Yeah, that's why I picked Necrozma, because he can run Trick Room, which gives us another edge or just another thing that people need to think about for my team. The pick directly after that was Rover, because after all we had some really more physical attackers and sweepers, and Rover was that extra special attacker. He's also very fast mon. It's a dragon type, which is also very good for us because we don't really have that. You can be really fast when you're in Scarf. Specs can be dangerous. A Boom Burst can hit very hard. Dracometeors can hit very hard. Like I said, fast Dragonmon. It's really straightforward, but just overall having a dragon on your team is really useful in my opinion. So that's why I chose him. Then, like I said, the picks were starting to falter. I was not that concentrated anymore, so I just picked what was given to me, and the best picks were already out because I was last. But I think I got some really nice picks on the last 3 of those. the first one was Golurk. I just picked him because he's a ghost type, which can be an anti-rapid spinner. Of course, when I know a team is bringing a rapid spinner, I just go and bring him in, and they can't really do much or spin their rocks away. He also has EQ Step. He has Ghost Step, which can be very strong at some moments. He is rather slow, but we have Trick Room, so we can go around that. He has the Elemental Punches, which is also very strong and nice coverage for some Ball Beam combo we have there. And like I said, he just punches through things. And it's a Pokemon I really like. I don't use him that much, so that was why I picked him. It was a really nice pick, and I think he fits into the team. Then the last two picks that I got were the first one was one of my favorites Pokemons. If I can say my favorite Pokemon, it's a Scavalier. It's a very strong Pokemon. Okay, it is really slow, but like I said, we have Trick Room for it, and I think we can use it in that sort of way. He's a hard hitter on the Trick Room because I think he has one of the highest attacks. Okay, he's very slow. His typing is really nice. It's only weak to fire, and we have coverage for that as well. So yeah, and Bug and Steel can hit hard against fairies. We also have that Dragon Fairy Steel core that I could have. So yeah, that makes everything better in my opinion, and it was one of the few months left, so I had to pick it just as my favorite Pokemon, of course. Not only that, it's a good option for the team as well. Then as last, I was really doubting what I should pick. I forgot to pick an electric type, because I think electric types are really good in draft league formats, especially speedy electric types, and there weren't big picks left. Alolan Raichu was picked, normal Raichu was picked, I think Magnezone, Magneton, Electivire. So the very big electric types were out, or went to other teams. So I picked Substriker for this. It was a last big effort for me. It, like I said, the draft went very long, so I was kind of tired of just the draft league and waiting for stuff. And I just picked up Striker for it. I still, after searching it up after a while, I think it's a really good pick for a team because it gets Volt Switch, which is nice for Volturn combo. We really now have a Volturn combo in our team. Electric Step, which is always nice, and just overall big speed. And that's why I picked Striker, primarily for its speed and just for Flame Surge with boosted speed. Or just lightning rotting away, or motor driving. If you think gets motor drive, I'm not really sure, just looking it up because I say something stupid. It gets motor drive, Step Stepper, which is very nice that I can run a leash pick. So yeah, so those are my 11 months. These are the members of your DBC Season 2 Racing Gyarados. But before I end, I want to say that we also had to pick a Z-Captain. What do I mean by that? What is a Z-Captain? A Z-Captain is the only Pokemon in your team that can use a Z-Crystal. For our team, I chose Abulu as our Z-Captain. Why I chose him is because he has the most coverage moves in our team, and he has some really nice stab to it. He's a big wall breaker, so with a Z-Crystal it gets boosted. And just also for the Tapunium Z, for the Guardian of Alola Z move, which is also very nice to have. So that's why I chose Abulu for our Z Captain. So, like I said, that was our team. We know every member, we know our Z Captain, and I hope that you guys will support our Racing Gyarados in this DBC Season 2 Championship. I hope I see you guys later, and remember, train on!